Today I would like to talk about what I buy more of as a minimalist. Hi and welcome to today's video. If you don't know me yet, my name is Freya. I am an aspiring minimalist and health nut. I love to share videos about minimalism, simple lifestyle, healthy living, cleaning, organizing, and decluttering, just to keep it simple. And I'm so excited that today's video is in collaboration with Claire Pritchard. You're gonna love her so much, and she also made a videos about 10 things that she buys more of as a minimalist. I am so excited to see her video. We did not tell each other what the ideas were and what we buy more of, so this is really cool. I highly recommend you hop over to her channel, watch her video after you get through watching mine, and tell her I sent you, show her your love, and subscribe to her channel if you enjoy her videos. Okay, let's jump right into it. Number one, what I buy much more of as a minimalist is plain fruits and vegetables. Just plain stuff. I buy potatoes, I buy lettuce, not the pre-cut stuff, nothing. I used to buy more of a processed food, and since I don't buy any processed food, I buy lots of just raw stuff. I mean, just however it grows out there, that's what I buy. And we have a local store here that is literally 2 minutes walk from my house, and it's like a farmer's market, but it's there every day. It's a store, it's a farmer's market store. I love it so much. They have a lot of local stuff, so it's always in, whatever's in season, I try to buy that. But I buy lots more just plain, fresh produce, fruit and vegetables. The second thing I buy more of is milk. I make a lot of stuff out of milk. I make my own kefir, I make my own yogurt, so I go through quite a bit of milk. I make my oatmeal. I never get the packages. Why? I mean, you could just put oats in milk and that pretty much does the same thing. Add some spices. You can make all these nice different flavors. I add vanilla all the time. I add vanilla to everything. I'm gonna get to that. Definitely milk is a staple in our house, and I get raw milk, either raw milk directly from the farm or from that farmer's market store. We have a farmer close to where we live. That family has this like a fridge. It's like a gas station. You just put your bottle there, you put in €1, and out comes 1 liter of just fresh milk from, that they just milked the cows an hour ago or so. And I also make my own granola and cereal bars, and for my granola I will use milk. Which brings me also to my next point. Number 3 is grains and dried legumes. I get a lot more. I used to buy beans in cans, but I don't buy that anymore. I just get the dried ones. I get them in bulk, and also any grains that I need. I mean, even like the oats, I can get them in that paper package. There's no plastic. And everything that I count as grains is, let me get on my list, so granola and cereal. I mean, that I make that out of the grains, the beans, the oatmeal, the rice, and even pasta or anything. I get more of just plain stuff, and I make my own stuff out of it. I never get any flavored rice or anything like that. Just plain stuff. And grains and legumes take up a big part of my diet because they're full of, proteins. The legumes are really good for you. You can make so much stuff. They're so versatile. I love hummus, for example. I make my own hummus. It's so easy, and it's just yummy. And number 4, I mentioned it, is vanilla. I buy a lot more vanilla. Vanilla is such a staple for me. I would put it in my oatmeal. I put it in my cocoa, which, I don't buy the pre-made. I just make it myself with cocoa powder, and I always need vanilla. Always vanilla. I put it in my mixture when I make my granola. I put it in my lattes. I make matcha latte most of the time. And so I just use vanilla for everything. I mean, vanilla for everything that I don't put sugar in. Instead of sugar, I put vanilla and sometimes cinnamon, cardamom. I love that combination. So cutting the sugar, adding the vanilla. Number 5 is bar soap. I don't buy shampoo bottles or anything anymore. I buy only bars of soap. And I love that. I use soap for everything. I use soap even to wash stains out of my clothes. I wash soap to wash my hair. I wash soap to wash my body. I use soap to wash my face. I just use soap. Whatever I want to do, I use soap. I even use soap to make dish soap. And so bar soaps are one item that I buy a lot more of because I ditched a lot of the other stuff that has to do with cleaning. Oh yeah, I also use it for shaving. So instead of shaving cream, I just lather up the soap, put it on my legs or any other places I want to shave, and makes really smooth shaving. The next thing I buy more of is coconut oil, just because it has so many uses. I use it as a makeup remover, I use it as a facial moisturizer, I use it as a hair mask, I use it for cooking, I use it to make popcorn. It's so yummy, by the way. When you make your popcorn in a big pot, just put coconut oil and I don't know if you can get that in the States. We call it Butterschmalz. It's clarified butter. You can heat up butter to really high temperatures, but only if it's clarified. If it has the milky stuff in it, it's gonna burn. But if it's clarified butter, it's not going to burn. And so I use half Butterschmalz, which you can actually get it. You can buy it ready-made here in Germany, and half coconut oil. And then I put the popcorn kernels in, and then I put just a little bit of salt on top before it starts popping, and then it pops like crazy. It's the yummiest mushroom popcorn ever. The next thing I buy a lot more of since I've been a minimalist is herbs. I don't buy medications. I said that in my video about 50 things I don't buy anymore, and I'm not saying that I will never buy any like medicines and medications, but I always try the herbal remedies first because I don't have any bad stuff going on. You know, recently I've had a little bit of diarrhea. Well, it was actually not a little bit. After I had my pregnancy and all, it was a little crazy. And so I used herbs, and I buy herbs, and I dry a lot of herbs myself. You can go outside and just cut them and dry them. But also I just buy herbal tinctures or just the dried herbs to make teas. And when you make a tea, you can either make it just for taste, or you can make it for medicinal uses, which usually I leave that stuff, those leaves in there for a long time, for hours sometimes, if I want it to be really strong and for all the benefits to come out of the leaves. Yeah, I have my collection of herbs that I've been using. The next thing I buy more of is experiences. You know, like, instead of spending money on stuff, I spend money on going places. You know, maybe going to the zoo with Romy, or going to a nice lake, maybe staying overnight once, traveling somewhere, visiting people. I mean, usually it does cost some money, either gas money, or you need to, you know, pay to get inside, a ticket. And so I think experience nowadays are much more valuable to me than stuff, because it's just, I don't know, it builds relationships and you remember these things. And memories are something that nobody can ever take away. It won't pass away. You just take it with you to your grave. But the stuff, it's not coming with you. And I always think experiences are so much more valuable, and I'd rather spend my money on experiences. I'm much happier to spend money. And I also told Romy, instead of me giving you something for your birthday or for Christmas that is just like a thing that like 5 years from now, it doesn't even matter what it was, because you're not even going to remember what you even got. Why don't we spend it on experiencing something? So this year we went to the Ehrlich brothers. I don't know if you know these. These are the most famous German magicians. They're two brothers. My daughter is absolutely in love with them. She says she wants to marry the guy. I mean, they're like older, but she's so in love with them because they do lots of stuff for kids in their shows. They love kids and they really incorporate kids. And we went to their show. I mean, they're like big, like really famous. And so getting a ticket to their show, I mean, they had this huge thing filled, you know, like, I don't know, like 10,000, 20,000 people. It's insane. But it cost a lot of money to go there. I think it was almost like, it was 250 euros for the two of us to go there. And we weren't even sitting right in the front, but we had the expensive tickets, but we still didn't get to sit. We still were like way back there. But to this day, she remembers it, and she tells me how unbelievable it was and how amazing, and how like, I just want to go back. Of course, it's Corona and they're not having any big events anymore, and she's so sad. And I told her, I don't know when we can go to something like that again. And so we'll see, but that is something that's going to stay with her for many years to come. She's going to remember that and how impressed she was. They had a car flying around and it was just breathtaking. So yes, experiences. very much I spend more money on. The next thing is essential oils. I used to think, well, maybe like an essential oil for good smell or something, but they have so many uses. Apart from making your house smell great, they have a lot of uses. Lavender oil is something I use a lot for any, you know, when we have any mosquito bites. It really stops the itching. It's also for the diffuser. And I also use, not the lavender, but I use the orange essential oil for my laundry because I don't use fabric softener. So yeah, I have a nice collection of essential oils. The next thing, and the 10th thing that I buy more of, is flour. I don't buy anything ready-made, and so no pancake mixes, waffle mixes, cake mixes, bread. I make my own bread, and so flour is definitely something I buy more of than I ever have before, probably. I buy rye flour for my sourdough rye bread, and I have a recipe. I'll put the link somewhere. I buy whole grain flour. I buy spelt flour. I buy white flour also because my daughter, she doesn't like always just whole grain flour. But I'm trying to trick her out. I start mixing in more and more of the whole grain. And we are to the point to where more than half whole grain flour, even when I make her waffles and all. And now let me give you one bonus, because I had the 10 when I came up with my list, and then I thought of one more thing that I thought was really essential and important for me, is vinegar. I mean, I have always made my own salad dressings, but ever since I've been a minimalist, I've been making my own cleaning stuff, you know, my cleaning supplies. And so vinegar, I use it for laundry as a fabric softener. It really softens your laundry, and I promise if you add that essential oil also, you can't smell the vinegar. I also use the vinegar for my cleaning concoctions. You also can use it to clean clogged drains. I mean, I have long hair. It's not as long as it used to be, just short, you know, it used to be this long. Now I cut half of it off just recently. But in our drains, there's always hair clogging up the drains. And so if once a week or even every other week, you pour down a bunch of vinegar and let it set overnight, it really helps get that goop out and just dissolve all that nasty stuff that collects in the drains. You can also just pour in vinegar and then add some baking soda. It foams up. I don't know, it makes it smell good and disinfects it, and it really helps prevent the clogging up of drains. And of course, for my salad dressings and then the kitchen, I love lots of vinegar. I'm just I don't know, sour is nice. We have a saying in German, sour makes happy. So that's it. Those are my 10 plus 1 points. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to remind you again to check out Claire's video. The link is below. I'm really excited to hear her 10 things that she buys more of as a minimalist. Please support her and let her know I said hi, comment on her video, and subscribe if you like her channel. Thanks for watching. Have a most wonderful week. Be blessed and keep it simple.